Hi guys, for this brief analysis, I'm gonna go down from the 5 questions that were on the subject regarding. We're gonna go ahead and start with the what are the stereotypes and how do they affect people's lives. So stereotyping involves different things, categories, factors. Basically, people's age, could be race, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, disability, and many other factors as well. How they affect people's lives is because sometimes they get judged by their race, or sometimes they get judged by their gender. So I feel like that comes out in a lot of roles. Even though, for example, for jobs, they're not supposed to be using any stereotyping, but I still see sometimes it could occasionally come out that way. As well as when you are working in groups and you have to choose who you want to work with. I feel like that comes out in some of the examples of people's lives. And then we're going to go ahead and move forward to how do people learn to make stereotypes and how might they unlearn them. I honestly feel like you usually learn these kind of stereotypes because of your family, your relatives, your mother, your father, your grandparents. But I also agree with the TED Talk gentleman that he talked about the media being part of it as well. I do see that in a way. I didn't think about it in that way, but it is definitely true, especially when the news comes out and they're naming the people's ethnicities for a crime that occurred, and then people start associating them with it. And that is one of the ways that we move into question number 3. How can the media help reduce the stereotyping? Would be by possibly maybe just not naming their ethnicity, race, and just kind of saying if there was a shooting or if there was an accident involved, not mentioning the actual ethnicity or race of the person, to kind of help avoid that judgment of other people stereotyping them. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about how certain groups may be subjected to stereotyping versus others. I feel like that question to me was a little bit tricky, just for the fact that I'm not sure if it's focusing. I feel like every case by case is different, and there might be certain groups that are going to be judged more than others, but I think it also depends on like the settings that they're in, that could be affected. So let's say, for example, when I felt like when I went to when I was traveling to Georgia, I felt like there was a lot of race issues there, not only because of like my age or being younger, but I felt like that was more like race that I felt a little bit more of. I felt like the racism there towards Hispanic people. When I was there, I, for example, went to a restaurant and I was acknowledged for like almost 30 minutes. They were taking other people in, and we finally decided to like leave from that place. But let's go ahead and move over to what we could, as individuals, help reduce any stereotyping. And I feel like being just open-minded and learning about everyone else's category, or I guess like it could be back to the age, the race, or the ethnicity, or their sexual orientation, or even like their disabilities. Just being more open-minded and getting more knowledge about it could go ahead and help us educate other people as well, and hopefully at some point the stereotyping is not as significant as it is at today's time of age. But that's pretty much it. Thank you.